Exotic top signals. Let's go through some today, friends. You see, where are we in the context of crypto? Well, we're somewhere between it's over and it's really over. Kind of joking, friends. We're just having fun here. The global liquidity index still ticking up. I know what you're doing. You naughty little government. I don't care if the ticky price go up and down. I know what you're doing. You're trying to rig the election. You're going to spend all the money at the end and good. Pump all the bags up. Now, we're going to start with some really fun stuff, man. And yeah, I've got to spin that helicopter hat one more time, friends. And in fact, we're going to play some Cranky G music because you're going to be shocked at what I show you. Now, this is my head zoomed up. Top 15 least attractive hobbies to women. Oh boy, this better be a freaking top signal, friends, because what you're going to see here. Okay. Crypto is on this top 15 least attractive hobbies, and it is around the worst 8. Women, are you serious? You're telling me of every single disgusting hobby out there, male gigolo, the guy who tests needles, all of these things, the fluffer on an adult film set. I mean, there's so many things out here. You're telling me crypto is bottom 8 in the whole world. You know, in like Saudi Arabia, there's an executioner. He cuts everyone's heads off. Really, ladies? Really? We are worse than that guy. It better be a bottom signal, man. So, this is the most funny part of all. Okay, friends, I'm going to show you this now. Look where crypto is. Look what's on top of it. That's right. Makeup. Okay. Ladies, you are telling me you see crypto as a hobby as disgusting and as much of a turn-off as dudes who wear makeup. Really? That's how bad we are. Are you serious? Wow. Wow. Oh my God, friends. Clubbing is even higher than crypto. You know when girls hear clubbing, you know what that means? It means you go take drugs, smoke darts, try bang all the girls, you get sloshy with the boys and you go home. And every girl says, ew, ew. They're doing better than us. You know what's even worse, by the way? Look at this. Okay. This is the worst, friends. Look at this. We are near marijuana. Wow. So you would rather, like, we're even in the same ball camp, the same vicinity of how unattractive it is. A guy who sits on his couch all day smoking marijuanas, doing nothing with life. They're like, yeah, crypto's around there. My gosh. I couldn't believe it, by the way. This better be a bottom signal, by the way. I'm just looking at this. Yeah, my face is angry. It's angry. It better be an angry bottom signal. All right? It better be an angry bottom signal. This has to be, man. There's no way. You're telling me because the numbers are down that bad, it's the worst hobby ever. Yeah, I know what it's like. I know what it's like. Well, look, friends, look. Ultimately, you know what's going to happen in our storyline, right? When the universe flips it, it's going to be the sexiest thing. And the ladies are going to be throwing their panties and their knickers and everything else that they have. Their spare handkerchiefs. Maybe even one of their socks. And that's when you say, you know what? All you groupies can get out. You're all STD infested. I don't want to touch yous. It's time to leave. I'm praying that we get there. Hopefully it coincides with the Coinbase App Store ranking here to #1. Man, I'm actually disgusted. Dudes who wear makeup is near us, really? Get out of here, man. Speaking of bottom signals as well, friends, a PulseChain HEX OG Silver the Antidote has come out. So you don't even need to read all of this. You just know that it's a long post. You're like, oh, I'm hoping it's capitulation. Shout out to the baby doll down here from Pulse Wall Street. This reads like a capitulation, at least to me. That's good. So I'm going to show you basically what it is. So basically silver, I'll read a bit of it. He goes, look, for the PulseChain and HEX ecosystem, he says, and the followers, I've been quiet for a long time, and I'm studying other aspects. But if you digested all that you must understand, what you're up against kills me to say. But when all the liquidity is drained by a few, and especially the sacrifice holding nearly all of it, you can see how other treasury systems are operating to bring in 1 billion people. So Silver's, he talks like that. It's not really like a direct, me. I'm like, tell me to it straight, boss. Give it to me straight. I like it rough, okay? So he uses these diplomatic words and, he does a question mark, but there's a space before and after the question mark. Thrown it in there, one of the mysteries of life. And he mentions that it's a pay-to-play system to grow. So he uses these words, pay-to-play. It means you're handing out inflation. See, I've got to dissect all these. But in a nutshell, friends, Silver, he shared his thoughts, right? And he watches the on-chain data closely. So he's basically, he says, he points to the big extraction by legacy holders, which is like, I'll give it to you straight, friends. When someone says legacy holders, what they mean is early HEX people have been dumping the crap out of it. But, they use these diplomatic words, right? And because they got early HEX, they get Pulse, HEX. But look, man, this is the same in every coin. I promise you it's the same in every coin. It's very easy to point to somebody who got in early and say, well, you are the reason why we're not going up, okay? But there's no growth anywhere in crypto except that Solana land. And by the way, it stopped, right? So he does conclude by saying, not good news. But everywhere in crypto is like this, friends. I will play some nice gentle angel music because I got to remind you of this. Almost all crypto chains, doesn't matter what they are, same boat. Literally same boat, right? 4 years ago, though, if you go back 4 years ago, we concluded the DeFi season. Okay, so you can actually see it. This is the monthly chart here. But if you go back 4 years ago, DeFi, friends, I know these are just monthlies, but DeFi was here, all right, around this Bitcoin halving. DeFi season, and I have the, the Uniswap and the Chainlink logo out here just to remind you. That's what we concluded. And it excited everyone because Uniswap was the third pillar invention of crypto. Such an amazing, beautiful, elegant creation and a discovery. People can swap assets, decentralized. Here's a formula. It all works. Provide liquidity, no admin keys. Wow. All right. So we saw the big potential of Uniswap. We saw AAVE, Chain Stink, right? Otherwise known as Painlink. But now in 2024, what was our tech invention that we're waiting for? Remember, friends, you've been watching me for 1.5 years, 2 years. I've been talking about this. In the Bitcoin halving year, there is a big invention. And I'm always saying, hopefully we're on it. Hopefully we're on it. It came this year. What was the big invention? It wasn't really an invention. It was the discovery of a use case. And no one wants to admit it, but the discovery is people want to gamble on the culture casino. They want to invest in memes and they want to put them on the blockchain and they want to gather around communities and want them to be bull market speculation vehicles. That's what they want to do in a nutshell. Now, whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not, I don't really care. I'm just telling you that's what they like to do. I'm not saying it's good or bad or whatever. It's just, I'm just here observing, all right? We also have some side narratives this year, which happened, which no one gives a shit about anymore, as you can see by the prices. AI, they all dropped. Real world assets, they all dropped. Gaming, they all dropped. Layer 2 governance tokens, they all dropped. Okay, so you have all these and DPIN and others. Now, they all dropped just as much as meme coins, but they never pumped as much. The data shows us the truth. And I always posted this chart to show you this is what happened in the year, man. Meme coins went up, friends, 14x. Real world ass, 3.8. AI, 3x. DeFi, 2x. That's garbage, bro. Not even a 2x for DPIN. Layer 1, 70% garbage. Gaming, 60%. Layer 2, 40%. Not even a 2x. That was to the top. And they all dropped 80% anyway. Okay, so clearly meme coins are just a different league. They're just completely in a different league. Now, of course, now you might ask which meme coins. Of course, that's topics for a different conversation now. But yes, it was the discovery of those. So everybody's in the same boat, man. Everyone's in this. Everyone watched the same thing, and now that's why the community is kind of split. The whole crypto industry is like, well, what the hell do we do next? Where is the innovation? Well, technically, the innovation's right in front of us. It's just that no one wants to believe in it except the hardcore believers. Friends, go talk to anybody. No one gives a shit about buying a $70,000 Bitcoin. Go. And they're the people with emotional capabilities to move prices, okay? Retailers. These big funds, they don't move shit. They're getting distributed on. If for every one excited fund that wants a DCA buying a Bitcoin, congratulations. You are getting literally dumped on by someone who's got 18,000 who bought ages ago. It's the same game, okay? It's been exhausted from now on, but it's not going to be apparent until later on, right? Also, this is a nice comment from Herbie. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the HEX OGs dumping, as they had the foresight and belief to be early adopters, and now they're being rewarded. Now the generation of whales are going to be made when they buy what they are selling. Yeah, man, that's it. That's it. Every coin, friends, every single coin, every chain, they're exhibiting the same thing. There's no new net inflow money in. Everyone's praying and waiting. The next thing comes out. Case in point, AAVE Founder, Stanny, has been dumping the crap out of AAVE. He has 32 million bucks total. He's dumped 6.7 million, and look at it on the chart. His stash, by the way, is worth like $250 million up here. And he's already dumped the crap load. See, so everyone, it's the same thing. Friends, it's AAVE. AAVE has the highest TVL in the entire crypto. Not one chain, the entire crypto. AAVE. Decentralized money market. Guess what? Founders dumping. See, it's the same everywhere. Where's the new money? There's no new money now. We need the Russell 2000. We need the expansion of the economy. We need the expansion of stonks. Russell 2000 is the final key missing piece. We need Bitcoin to go, towards that 100K, hopefully higher. We need Ethereum to stop scamming us. We need Vitalik to stop pumping his misses for a day and at least start pumping ETH so everything else can go up. That's what we need. And if we don't get it, okay, we suffer. You have no liquidity to extract. But if we do get it, you're going to have a lot of liquidity extract because you're going to be up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x. But that's what we're here for, right? We have this crypto, friends, is a long duration asset. Even though it feels like super short term, it's actually long duration. You can't access your money in between. You can't. Because it's so garbage most of the time. It's so thin, it's so garbage. You can only access your money at the end of the cycle, which is after like a 3.5 or a 4 year rotation. So it's very long like that, right? But with the stock market, it's inverse. With the stock market, it goes up for 6 years, it drops for 1. Okay, that's the average. So for 5.5 years, you can access your money in the stocks because it's going up. 2%, 4%, 9%, 15%, 10%. You can access it. And then there's 1 year, bang, everyone recession, no one's allowed to touch it. You see that? Crypto's opposite though. Crypto, you can't touch it most of the time until that final window comes. Hopefully the final 100 days of euphoria. Let's see if we get it. Are we going to get it, friends? Remember, on the context of like bottom signals, I mean, you have crypto Globy bull run. Bitcoin bearish signal points to potential drawdown to $14,000 level. Yes! $14,000. Yes! I don't know, man. You need them there, though. You need them there. I know. I've seen everything. I've seen every target, friends. Like, they're just words in the air. You know that, right? It's like you go into a club, you just tell every girl you love her. They're just words in the air. Like, friends, how many times have you heard someone... we literally saw Michael Saylor go on stage and say $49 million Bitcoin. We literally saw him say that. Just words in the air, man. And now we got this guy saying $14,000. You don't have that discrepancy in anything else, by the way. That's how absolutely schizophrenic, meth addicted, crack fiendy crypto is. You got one guy saying that $49 million Bitcoin, Michael Saylor owns 5% of Earth's property. By the way, I'm not joking. 5% of Earth, Michael Saylor will own it. Okay, if Bitcoin goes to $49 million. And on the other hand, this guy's going, you're going to be in debt. That's crazy. So one guy's betting he's going to own 5% of the earth, and another guy's betting that it's all over. You don't have that in the stock market. In the stock market, even the bears are like, oh, and then they'll print money and then it'll go up. These signals are amazing, right? The last sexy signal I have for you, it's actually not a bottom signal, really. It's a different type of signal. Look at David Lin. Shout out to David Lin. I'd like to be on his show one day, actually. David Lin. So I will be hosting a panel between Uncle Petey Schiff and Jack Mallers tomorrow on gold versus Bitcoin and their economic outlook, with the theme being dollar alternatives. Submit your questions below. Now, reminded me of something when I saw that. If you remember, friends, in February of 2022, Richard Hart, Greg the Duck, debated Uncle Peter Schiff. Okay? And it was known as the Ultimate Showdown, and it was actually a top signal. So, yeah, I remember this, friends. It was actually a top signal. So, we went down only from that point. I think HEX was maybe like 5 cents. Obviously, we're down more than 90% from that. Like, way lower than that. Maybe like 94%. So, it was a top signal. But it wasn't the peak top. It was just like it had starting to roll over. It looks like a top now, by the way. Okay, so now, though, Uncle Peter Schiff is debating Jack Mallers, who's a staunch Bitcoin maxi. One of the crowd favorites, right? So Jack Mallers, he was the kid that went and got El Salvador. All right, so he bought Bitcoin like 2013. I think he got offered a buyout anyway, probably like $50 million or $150 million for his company. He said no. He went all in on Bitcoin still. This was a couple of years ago, I think in 2021. He could have taken the offer. He didn't. And then he eventually went on. He got the El Salvador thing after that. So it's like amazing story of a kid who believes in it. And yeah, so he's got like, you even see here, bringing Bitcoin to El Salvador. So yeah, you can see a lot of complacency and euphoria in his language when he goes on Peter McDormatt's podcast. He's like, yeah, Ethereum, dude, proof of stake. Oh, man. I want medium rare, but the chef has to be good, so you got to get medium because you can't trust them all the time, friends, right? Proof of stake! Now, it's a top signal. You can feel it, man. I can feel it, friends. I know. Okay, if you could come here and squeeze my balls, you would feel what I'm feeling. And what I'm feeling is a tingle. And this tingle is telling me something. It's telling me that the Bitcoin dominance has been going for way too long, brother. Over 600 days in a straight line. Running out of steam. I see complacency. Now you're going and you're debating Peter Schiff. And it just reminds me like, oh, you got a long way down, brother. Do you want to know what happened to HEX after Greg the Duck, Richard Hart, debated Uncle Peter Schiff? Do you want to see what happened to it, brother? So I'll show you what happened to it. It was, where are we? February. Here we go. It was 20 cents. Okay. It was 20 cents. And look how far it went down. This is interesting. There we go. Whee! Still going down 970 days. Now, I don't know if Bitcoin dominance. I don't think Bitcoin dominance will go down 970 days in a row. But you never know then. But I do feel that a cosmic signal is going to happen here, friends. I just feel it, man, friends. How many of us in my YouTubes, the Twitteroonies, everywhere, we all say the same thing, that we want to be Bitcoin maxis in the next cycle. We want to be Bitcoin maxis. We don't want to buy any altcoin ever. Everyone says that. And I know what that means. That means that everyone's going to buy Bitcoin too early. Okay? They're going to buy Bitcoin too early. And they're going to think, oh, I got to be a Bitcoin maxi. Something's going to happen. It's going to take a big fat dump. Now, I don't know if that exactly is going to play out, but I can just... Everyone's thinking the same thing, man. What, you think you're the first person to think you want to be a Bitcoin maxi? I'm telling you now, friends, we're chipping away. We're chipping away at the armor of what it means to store value in Bitcoin. You'll see. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. None of this is financial advice because I'm wearing a helicopter hat.